want you to win. I want you to achieve. I want you to become great. I want you to make your dream reality. But I can't just want it for you. You're competing against millions. You must do what they won't. See the vision they don't yet see. Dream bigger than they ever have. You must chip away at your dream. I want you to win. I want you to achieve. I want you to become great. I want you to make your dream reality. But I can't just want it for you. You're competing against millions. You must do what they won't. See the vision they don't yet see. Dream bigger than they ever have. You must chip away at your dream. I want you to win. I want you to achieve. I want you to become great. I want you to make your dream reality. But I can't just want it for you. You're competing against millions. You must do what they won't. See the vision they don't yet see. Dream bigger than they ever have. You must chip away at your dream.
Every single person out here has a dream, but the reality is that they lose sight of it. We get busy, we get caught up in work, and our dream passes us by. I'm here to make sure that doesn't happen, inspiring people to take the small steps and realize that dream that's way up here is actually possible when you chunk it down and you move closer to it. So I come out here and I hold up my sign every day. Hey guys, my name is Zach. I'm out here talking about dreams. I started doing signs that were motivational and inspirational. And then after weeks of doing that and 40, 50 signs, my friends online said, dude, I know you're missing these great conversations. We need to see what you're talking about with the people, not just a picture of your sign. So I got this GoPro right here. And now it's evolved to where I've become more clear about my life's mission, which is everything about dreams. The very first day I came out here, I'll be so honest with you, I was terrified. I was scared of what people think. I'd already spoken on stage. I was scared. I was like, what if people shut me down? What if people, hate on me? What if people cuss me out? The what if is what holds everybody back. What if they don't?
There are many costs to success. Many call this the success tax. The hardest part about paying this tax is it's not a guarantee. You believe it will work. You think it's going to work. There's signs that show you it should work. This is why most people play it safe. They took the sure route because the price is too much to pay. What's going on, everyone? My name is Zach Krupp. I am the host of Dream Talk. I'm excited if you're here. I see a few comments. We'll say hello, see who's here with us. Today, we're going to be talking about the cost of success. And I'm going to ask you, are you willing to pay the price? And we're going to go in this, and you're going to have a great time to reflect. As dreamers, you need to reflect. We can't just dream big, and we have the vision. No, you got to put some frameworks to it and say, do I really want this? Am I really willing to pay the price of success? And that is what we are going to talk about. The format of our show is simple. I'm going to give you a lesson that's related to your life and your dreams and how you can move closer to them. And we're going to apply it to crypto, Web3, and of course, Dreamcat himself. We're going to say what's up to the people. This is a live interactive stream, which means you get to shape what we talk about. You get to add inputs. We'll bring you up on the screen. We also do a giveaway. 30,000 Dreamcat tokens are available to you. Retweet this stream. Drop a comment on this stream. It helps more people see it. If you want to be an MVP, which is how you win, tag a few friends, quote tweet it, be active with us in the chat. We will pick one MVP basically a person who engages with the stream, asks a question. We don't want to make you be a puppet. Just, engage and support. And whoever leads, then that's who deserves the riches, the extra dream tokens. And then at the end here, we'll also do a Dreamcat quote of the day. We'll look at the price and yada yinga. Okay. So I'm stoked for it. I'm excited for it. Welcome in. Let's see who we got with us in the chat. We got Libre in the building, says, sup, dreamers. What's going on, dreamer? See you dreaming out there, doing your thing. Hope you had a great week so far. We got Amos in the chat. He says, hello, GM, happy Thursday. Welcome in, Amos. I'm glad you get to be here. I think both of you here, first two I see, can benefit from this discussion, from this conversation. This is powerful. And I'll be frank with you guys, all the listeners out there too. I'll be really real with you about something. People say, man, okay, this is going to sound like I'm stroking my own ego. It's true. A couple people said, man, you just have content for days. You have all these ideas. Sometimes it comes in spurts. Sometimes week to week, I have no idea what I'm going to talk about the next week. It's like almost not luck, but like, oh, I hope I have something to talk about. When it flows, it flows. I wrote a script today, 2 pages. Sometimes it's from the top. I'm going to tell you, I had nothing to say until 2 days ago, and everything came out in 5 minutes. Everything that I'm going to share with you was in my mind in 5 minutes. That's how it works when you get an inspired idea. So with that, let's dive in. I told you an overview of the cost of success, but now I want to tell you a story. 2 days ago, I was at the barbershop, getting a good old haircut, fresh, clean out, got the little part going. Anyway, went to the barbershop, got cleaned up, got a haircut. My man, and we're having a conversation. We're actually talking a little bit of crypto. He's telling me about Shiba Inu. He's telling me about, how he came up big and won in this time. And I said, are you still in crypto? And he's like, oh, he's in all the old stuff. And they made their money and they left. That's kind of what crypto is right now. And as we got to the end of the haircut, he put up the mirror and he showed me all around, right? Do you like the cut? And he went to the back of the haircut, which I can't really see back there. And I was looking, I was like, what's that line? I see the line. There's like a line back there. I said, is that gray hair? Is that gray hair on the bottom of the neck across there? And I started laughing and he's like, yes, bro, that's gray hair sprinkled in. So I'm 32 years old. I don't have much visible gray hair. I got some coming in my beard. And this is the whole point about the cost of success. Is this was an illustration for me. When I was talking to him, I said, whoa, damn, I got to chill. I got to relax. Like gray hair in the back. I got to chill out. This must be the cost of, in this sense, success, stress, because before Dreamcat, which we're talking about here, we'll bring it up and show you if you didn't know, this is Dreamcat, okay? The most successful cat in the world. Check us out further. Check out dreamcat.xyz if you're just popping in. We really hope you can learn something, but you really will want to be a part of this mission. What we're going to do here is we're going to build the largest community of dreamers in the world, and we're going to do it through the vehicle of meme coins. And as I release more YouTube videos, as you tune in and listen to these, as we make more tweets, as we do more real life things, it's become clearer and clearer and clearer to you. So you can get a hedge right now. If you're showing up, you're tapping in, you're a rare breed. But if you want to get an edge, tap in, check out what we got going on, dreamcat.xyz. The whole rundown, the whole playbook is here, but most people don't believe until they see. That is your edge as a dreamer. So now it begs the question, like, let's really get thinking here, right? Before Dreamcat, I looked at a video. Look, I'm just be real. You can see right now, I'm on screen. On this side here, we got a whole line of gray, right? It goes gray down to there. On the sides, there's gray there. There's gray there. Now, who cares? Why would you care about my beard? I'm just trying to tell you a point. When I made my first Dream Talk video, I just reflect on it. It was 2 years ago. Everything was brown. Now, you may be thinking to yourself, as may I, well, dude, you put in all this, you have all this stress, or you've done all these things and you put in all this work, you should get a refund, bro. 2 years of your life gone. Where's your millions? You literally, you might as well, you're just better off enjoying your life. Just, dude, go enjoy your life. You should get a refund. You should get a rebate. What do you have to show for gray and stress? And now let's think about it. So it's basically all for nothing then, perhaps? What equates, the question is on to you now. What equates to a worthy payoff for you? What is a worthy cost to receive a worthwhile reward? And how do you calculate this cost? How do you calculate what it's worth or what it's going to take in your life, the burdens, the hardships, the time you spend? And what is the trade-off? There's always a trade. Everything has a cost. What is the trade-off of safety or a cheaper price? Okay? So like, for example, if this cost is too high for me for the dream, well, no worries. I can always just shift to being an investor. Being an investor is a much lower cost. You don't have to create and put everything. You can literally just buy and go away and hope that someone else will help create the dream come true. But for those who are here, by the way, I want to flip it back to you and remind you about something. It's going to come out in my video in a couple weeks on YouTube. The vision is absolutely real. The prophecy is real. The dream is real. But without the people, it's not magic. I'm not just going to, I could have millions of dollars to throw at it. I could pump the chart at some time. But if I just do that, there's no differentiation here. It'll die just like every meme coin. This dream is just a dream without the people. And it's very easy as a dreamer to get content in the prophecy, the hype. Oh, if I just buy Bitcoin, it'll go to billions. The only reason Bitcoin is where it is because of the people who were the shapers of the narrative. If you're here listening to this, I will assume, so far we see Amos and Libre. We got Satoshi here in the building. What's up, Satoshi? Hey, Robin Hood Rick, back again? Good to see you, dude. Our first YouTube. Gary thinks I'm AI. Gary, come on, homie. This isn't a recording. We're live with you. Ask a question, man. Hey, what's going on? Harpreet Scene. Hey, we know a scene. AI, not AI. Real. Live stream. Check out the background. Dreamcat. All right, anyway. Good to see everyone. So, for example, Libre and Amos, well, they've shown us be taking the path of content creation. So it makes sense that they're here. Perhaps there are people who further the narrative through creation, through voice, okay? But maybe you don't want to do that. Maybe you just want to say, hey, I'm just going to buy XRP and do nothing. Other people would do it. All your choice. So now when it comes to crypto, though, the question is, are you willing to pay the tax? What does this tax include besides gray hair? It includes potentially financial losses. It includes the risk of you spending your time and not actually winning. Oh, well, yeah, I have the chance of a 10,000x, but damn, I lost all my money 6 times. Maybe it's just better off getting that 7% return in stocks. And there's a point in life where a lot of people make the trade because what they realize is they're not willing to pay the price. The dream, the outcome is amazing. Everyone has a dream. Everyone wants it. But somewhere along the way, you get beat up for too long. When you don't tap into the truths of personal development that can serve you, you just get too tired. You wait for 2 years, right? You've been hearing dream for 2 years. You got to start thinking here. Is this even worth the price? I mean, what am I really doing here? If we were going to do it by now, we would have done it. Fair. Think what you need to think. Let it all out. Do what you need to do. I'm just here to tell you how it works. I'm here to tell you what keeps me going. I'm here to tell you what gives me optimism and resilience. And later in this podcast, you're going to hear it. We're going to talk about the crypto blueprint. We're going to talk about other successful people, and you will learn more about the cost of success. But are you willing to pay the tax here in crypto? Waiting for a long time, failing for a long time, feeling like you're on the edge of your seat, waiting, I'm going to make it, but it's hard. My job sucks. I'm tired. Are you willing to pay the price? Another question is, how many times are you willing to lose? How many times are you willing to lose? Most people have a breaking point. And the difference between where they gave up or how long they kept going was how strong their why was, how big the dream that they cast really was. What is your dream? If the dream is 100K, then showing up every day and making content and everything, maybe that's not a big enough driver for you to keep showing up. Maybe there's an easier way to make 100K. Maybe there's not. That's for you to decide. It's for you to evaluate in your own life how to create and what's best for you. The reason I love The Dream is because this is more than just playing meme coin, right? I'm here for the people who want to transform their life. I'm here for the people who are willing to become and be on an active journey. If you're on an active journey of transformation, becoming the best version of yourself, learning new things, and we're sharing them together, sharing the lessons, sharing the hardships, you can only relate if you're actively on the path. So if that's you, I'm here for it. That's what I am. That's what I do. And that's the vision, right? The dreamers of the world who want to become the best version of themselves, create something in their life. Okay, now, here's another question. How much time? We talk about money, money, money. Everyone wants it. But what is the greatest, essentially, equity or thing or possession you actually have? It's your time. Your time is the greatest thing that you have. And the question is, how much are you willing to spend without seeing a result? And this is where a lot of people are lost to the game of success and dream chasing. Sorry, I had a diverted thought. Things about going live. I didn't have a brain glitch, but I had a diverted thought. I wanted to say something, but I didn't want to get ahead. I think I wrote it a little bit later. I'm going to follow my script here. So how long are you willing to spend? 2 years? We're 2 years into DreamCat. I've made $0. I got gray hair in my beard. Maybe you're here and you've seen a lot of money. If you made a lot, you probably already left. Maybe you're down on your bags. Is it worth it for you to keep going? That's up for you to decide. Maybe, do you see the vision that I cast? Is it worthwhile for you to be part of that in a bigger play? Will being a creator who helps build this vision pay off for you in spades later when you realize how big the dream actually is and it's not just a meme coin? Maybe, maybe not. Maybe you want to be a part of that. Maybe you don't. That's your choice to decide. But 3 years, 5, a decade, everyone has a point where they give up. For me, I'm willing to commit my whole life. So that's at least confidence for you behind the scenes. I am fully able to talk to my sister on the phone. I say, listen, no, it wasn't my sister. I talked to my friend Danny 2 days ago. And I said, bro, I just like, this is just who I am. He asked me, how you doing? How's Florida? I said, dude, this is just literally how I am. I always believe it's around the corner. I think, better than ever on the way. I see all the synchronicities. Things keep happening in my life. I'm given huge signs. But bro, if I don't make it at 40, I'll still be going. If it's 50, I'll still be going. And what we're going to get to later is you're going to see, if you dream into a reality, you cannot lose. Along the way, you have to evaluate. You have to reflect. What is working for the dream community? What is not? This is a smart thing to do. Where are areas of improvement? I can tell you a few off the top. If you want to share any, it's an open book. You can share, hey, I think we should try this. What about this? For me, I know those areas of improvement is the actual cultivation of the community. For me right now, what I can do is I can show up, I can do streams, I can build things. But if I overextend myself in doing extra spaces of VCs, I feel I might get overextended, right? And so if there's not enough people to fill the gap, then you have to keep building and stack all your momentum up and go and bring it together. But I'm aware of some. I know what brings price. Whenever I do spaces, when I join spaces, price usually goes up. Even on the last one, we had $100. I did one shill. It was $100 that day. I know what to do. Perhaps the dream becomes real when 2 people are doing that. 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm only a one-man show. I can carry a lot of weight. But that's what you got to think about. If and when, nothing's magic. It all happens from catalysts. Inputs create outputs. What creates money making? What creates the next level? Okay. But we're building and we're growing. Okay. Now, how much are you willing to spend with no reward? A decade? Okay. That time, that is your cost to riches. But remember, it's still not magic. That's what I was waiting off. I just said, but remember, it's still not magic. Here is dreamers. We are the catalysts. So just waiting a decade and doing nothing, it won't be magic. The only thing that's going to make this dream come true is other people buying into the vision and becoming the catalysts to keep pushing. Now, 2 years in, you're the OGs, you're listening. Like Hood Rich is new, for example. He's got less skin in the game. He's here to learn. He's new with us. He's on week 2. It's easy for him. A lot of the work's already been built. We've paid some dues, right? No risk, no reward, no sacrifice, no glory. Everything worthwhile, bro, totally has a cost. And the cost is higher for things that are more better. It's true, though. It's true. Like, there's a low barrier of entry for things that don't matter as much. For example, even college, right? I'm not even a huge believer in college, but if you get your high school diploma, you get a certain amount of entry level pay. Associate's degree, a little bit more. Bachelor's, a little bit more. Master's, potentially more. Or maybe it doesn't work out. Doctors, more. On that scale, you can see the more dues you pay, the higher the game. Here, people could say, man, I want something that's already had more work done. We're doing the hardest possible thing here in Dreamers. We're creating something. If you compare us to other projects, and sorry, Hood Rich, I know we're a little bit of crypto and it's not your thing yet. We'll stay on Dreams too. It's a little bit of mix. Shout out to these legends chopping it up. Feel free to meet people in the chat, guys. I love it. That's the vision. You chop it up with other Dreamers. But what was I getting at? I started to talk about crypto and say, sorry, Hood Rich. I forgot. I'm going to keep going. So 2 years in, you're an OG. This is a huge risk. There is a chance that the dream doesn't work. Are you willing to sit with that? Are you willing to ponder, think of that? Man, what if I'm here and it doesn't work? Now you've identified, I know what I was going to say. Now you've identified the cost. The cost of high risk, high reward, which we do everything we can to make the risk lower, right? Hey, I'm not a scammer. Hey, I'm doxxed. Hey, we continue to show up. You have a little bit more proof to know, hey, it's worth it to kind of invest in something like this and stay. Well, still a risk. What if it doesn't work? You've already spent 2 years. You've made a few GM posts. You come in the Telegram to say hello. What if you go for 3 and nothing happens? What if you go for 4? What if you go for 5? Well, man, yeah, it's got to be even worse for me then, right? What if I go to 7? What if I go to 9? What if I go to 10? I got the most work to do. What if I'm wrong? That's what every dreamer has to ponder. And this is why there is a gap between the dreamer and the person who chooses safety and security. Because the trade-off of the rewards that you get is directly related to the risks that you're willing to take. Some guy put $10,000 into Bitcoin in the beginning. Huge risk. I got friends who won't even put $100 into crypto at all because it's too risky. It's not regulated. It's not done yet. That's fine. That's well. But when they are ready to play, when it is regulated, when Dreamcat is $30 million, they can still play, they can still buy. But what they lost out on was the higher upside of rewards. This framework is available everywhere in life. Do you want to work for a startup who pays you a stock in equity and then that becomes the Apple or the Microsoft? Or do you want to get there when they're 30 years old and get retirement benefits, health insurance, and other comfy things like unlimited free food in the rec hall? That's the choice that you have. But the really hard part is we all have huge dreams, but most people aren't willing to pay said cost. Therefore, look around in this room. If you want to know who is willing to pay the price, just look around at who you see. Whoever you see around you, that's someone who's willing to pay the price. If you don't see them, somewhere along the way, they decided that the cost was too high. They were willing to get excited for the bull run. They were willing to follow price. They were willing to be excited when they saw something. They were willing to be excited when it was new, when it was fresh. They were willing to believe when other people were willing to believe. They were willing to invest a year or 3 months, but not anything longer. They were willing to hold, but going down, it was just too risky for them. They weren't willing to pay the price. Well, they also aren't willing to stay to see the rewards. Perhaps you are. Now, what's their life look like now? Well, it doesn't mean they can't win again, but what they're going to do now is this price was too high. So their pain wasn't high enough. So they said, I want success. I'm looking for an outlet. I want to make my dreams come true. I want to improve and become. I'm going to flirt with this. I'm going to try this, but I really love just, hanging. I don't want to show up on a stream on a Thursday. I'd rather play outside with my kids. I'd rather shoot hoops outside and live my life. Fair. So you have that trade-off. And what happens is it's a teeter-totter. It's a seesaw, you see, because you keep trading your desire with your comfort back and forth. Does this resonate with anyone? I know I'm speaking the truth here. I know this is the absolute truth. It's a seesaw of your pain, your desires, and your comforts. And you go back and forth. You get started. Oh, I want to be free. I want freedom. I want to make my dream come true. I'm just not so sure. So then you retreat and you go back to the comforts. But you know what's going to happen? You have a dream. And so over time, you're going to start to feel bad about yourself. You're going to say, man, I mean, ice cream cones used to make me feel good. Watching Disney movies used to make me feel good. I'm talking about myself here, right? Man, just going out to eat used to feel good. And some of the things don't hit the same anymore because in the back of your head, you say, I thought you told me you were the one. I thought you said you wanted to live the dream life. I thought you said you wanted to get that freedom. What happened? Are you still about it? I mean, your results tell me otherwise. Your actions tell me otherwise. I'm like, you're right. Damn, I got to start going to the gym again. I got to lock in. I got to show up. And this teeter-totter plays out through life. And the best thing for you is if you stick with the same thing. But what the people you don't see around you do, they're going to look for the next shiny object because this one was too hard. They're looking for the shortcut. Surely there's something quicker. I see people get rich all the time. Maybe I can just try this. I can try this. And when you're always chasing fool's gold, you will get the reward that you deserve. Maybe the 1 out of 100, you make it. You buy the new pumper runner in crypto, right? Brand new, day one, you throw $100 at it, you become a millionaire in a month. Yes, anything's possible in this world. Anything's possible. But the majority don't make their dreams come true. Is everyone driving McLarens? Why is there poverty in America? Why are there so many people complaining? Why do so many people angrily vote? Because the money isn't right. The economics aren't right. They're getting killed by inflation. If you saw Ferraris and McLarens everywhere, it wouldn't even be a discussion. There are very few. It is rare. The reason you're tuning in here is because you want to live the good life. You want rare, but it's not magic. You got to learn the principles, the mindsets, the mentalities that you're going to need to carry the weight of greatness to stay in the game long enough to get to rare, to get to what you want to see in life. That's why we do personal development. That's why we have book club. That's why we do Dream Talk. That's Dreamcat's mission. Because everyone wants great. Everyone wants lands flowing with milk and honey. But few are willing to pay the price. You are willing to slow down and understand what it actually takes, the universal laws and principles and how they work. So they never see it. And they spend their whole life looking for the next thing, the next thing, the next thing. And at 90 years old, they say, man, that success stuff never worked after all. People like Zach were talking about make your dreams come true. And man, he was full of it. Well, come back and check me out, friend. You come back to see if I made it or not. I put my trust. How can you, if we're all here, I mean, maybe you're putting your trust in me in some ways, right? If you're investing in the dream and I'm the person talking about it, you're putting your trust in me. But just think, what's giving me my confidence? Is it pure delusion? Everything I'm sharing with you is because I was first a student. And when my credibility will go sky high is when I am driving a McLaren. Then everyone will believe. But by then, whatever's going on, in this case, it's Dreamcat. I'm not saying I don't know what I'll be doing in the future exactly, but in this case, it's Dreamcat. So the risk reward changes. When I have a McLaren, everyone's going to listen. But then that opportunity is not the same. It's just like Murad. Let's talk about Mustap Murad for a second. And let me at least pull up a graphic to keep it a little more interesting here because I'm just yapping. Sometimes you just want to listen. I like to be on screen so at least you can see my intention. Sometimes we show you things on the screen. We will show you a few things on the screen later, but right now I'm just in yap mode. So let's bring him up. He deserves a shout. I'll give him a shout. Mustap Murad. Well, let me tell you the magic about Murad. Let's blow it up a little bigger. I want to give him some love. He deserves it, man. I like him, honestly. Hopefully we cross paths in the end when things become bigger. All right, let me tell you why I like Murad. Let me tell you what's special about Murad. Do you know why SPX 6900, it was chugging along. They were at, a little bit of 5 million, 10 million, and then there was a rocket ship. You know what was the cause of that initial rocket ship in SPX 6900? Murad was the catalyst. He had a voice. People were willing to listen to him. He saw it. He is a good belief catalyzer. Belief makes things happen, right? When you belief is all what meme coins are. Everything's based on belief. He's good at it. Well, once he flipped his switch, they made quantum leaps to the next level. Do you know why it worked so well? Because Murad was already right before. He was in Bitcoin. He saw it as a visionary before everyone else. He invested and he made millions of dollars. And he's saying, I'm telling you right now, if you believed me, maybe you didn't believe me with Bitcoin. Some of you made money with me. Maybe you did, maybe you didn't, but you believe me now. I'm telling you, what I saw in Bitcoin now, I see that same potential in mission-based meme coins. By the way, Dreamcat is a mission-based meme coin. Largest community dreamers in the world. Help dreamers uplift, inspire, educate. Mission. And it's not just largest community dreamers in the world. That's step one. We're one of the biggest missions in crypto. The reason we don't have the same attention is a multitude of reasons. One, we're doing it all in reverse. There is no meme. I can't say I've made millions of dollars like Murad. But if it's the Dreamcat, that's the first big success. And Dreamcat becomes a multi-billion-dollar project. How loud do you think my voice will be then in the next venture? And that's where everyone's gung-ho. That's how the world works. So you may ask, well, Zach, I mean, sure, you've done this cool thing or that, or you've made a few of your dreams come true, but why am I even listening to you? Well, I told you, I am the student, and I am simply informing and passing on 9 years of doing my homework. And I have adopted, understood, comprehended, and I've built my own belief system, and I am simply sharing it with you. And if you want to believe at the same level I do, well, you have to simply do the work. Showing up and hearing through repetition, watching it unfold in crypto or your life, the principles of life, whether it's, Libre always talks about discipline, consistency, and wow, he's getting motion on his social media. I also noticed Amos is getting motion on his social media. He said, man, I'm going to be honest, it was really hard at one point. I kind of picked myself back up, and now I'm seeing results. Interesting. I am simply sharing the universal laws of success that the people before us have used to make their dreams come true. And this is where it gets exciting. I'm ready to get ahead of myself. I'm ready to move forward. We don't have too much more on this. I'm going to talk about crypto and the successors, but it gets good. So stay with me. Okay, the OGs, yada, yada, yada. Okay. Now Okay, good. Let's talk about these successful people. We're right on track. Okay. A source of fuel. I want to put gas in your tank. I want you to be fired up, but it's not just enough to be fired up. We got to take actions. We got to evaluate. We got to do real things. It's not just hopium here. Look at the big successes around the world. If you're not hearing what I'm saying, study them. Pick anybody. Who do you like? Who's the person that you look up to? For me, it was like, oh man, I was in the personal development space. Tony Robbins or Andy Frisella. Let's take Andy Frisella as an example. Let's pull him up. Let's give him extra attention. I love Andy Frisella. He has one of the best podcasts. I think he's one of the most truthful entrepreneur empire builders who gives the hard truth to you for free. You might relate to him more if you're like a builder like me or an entrepreneur, but he still has great content about success and the truth. This is his podcast. This is his website, and this is what he looks like. Now, let me tell you about this guy right here. What's interesting is Andy Frisella, you say, man, this guy, maybe you can even see his car collection. Let's see if we can see it on his website somehow. Maybe he flexes them. He has an awesome supercar collection, right? He's got 12, 15 supercars. He's got $1 million cars, and you're attracted to that. He has the proof. People listen to him because he's done the work. And matter of fact, I'll actually tell you, to be frank, I've had a personal conversation with him. I sent him an email, and it was really, really good. And not only did he not reply to the email got through to his email. It was a cold email. And he followed me on Instagram and DM'd me on Instagram because of that email I sent him a few years ago. Okay. And that's something I talk about in my book. I know how to get through to people. And I was blessed to have that line of conversation. And later on, when I was trying to figure out, I'm like, oh, do I want to be a speaker? What do I want to do? I asked him for advice. and he likes to help people who are young and hungry and whatever. And so he gave me advice back. Let's see if I can even pull it up right now, just to refresh it with you, to make it as real as I can for you. From the guy on the screen. The guy has the 13 supercars. He has viral campaigns like 75 Hard, right? Maybe you've heard of 75 Hard. It's a mental fitness program that went mega viral on how to like transform your body, right? Maybe you can hear it from him because he's got the huge company. He's got, you know, I don't know, multi-million-dollar supplement company, all that good stuff. But I say all that to say, let me bring it up. I understand what it takes. So let me see. I'm gonna share it with you right here. Let's see. How's it going? Yeah, that was 2022. All right, here we go. I'm just gonna keep it a buck with you right here. This was 2022. I reached out for help, right? I basically said, here we go. This is on. I have a deep passion for dreams and showing people that anything is possible. Skills like how to reach anyone in the world, tapping into the mind power of vision and belief. My current trajectory can lead me to paid speaking and course revenue. That was a way that I was looking at when I didn't fully understand my purpose. I had to go through the discovery process. And I said, what would be the next steps I could take to turn this passion into a credible business? August 13th, 2022. And I said, these are just skills, not a product like you talk about, but I believe I could be the perfect messenger to specialize in them and share them with the world. Even though I haven't, quote unquote, done anything, right? I don't have the supercars. I haven't done the Murad proof yet. I'm leveraging the universal laws. Even though I haven't done anything, I have dozens of strong stories to back it up. Asking for help. What do you think Andy Frisella told me? What do you think he told me? Hey, what's up with the bad words, Saeed? Come on, man. Oh, I got some comments to get to. I'll get to those, okay? I'm excited. I love comments. What do you think Andy said to me? Any guesses? And by the way, this is real. This is his DMs, okay? That's the DM I sent him. And this is the MF CEO, the mother effing CEO. This is like one of the top people in the entire game of life who's done it, who's put in the work, paid his dues. So what do you think he had to say? He said, of course, now I lost it. Build something real. Do that for the next decade, and then go speak about how you did it. I've never told you that, guys, that before, I don't think. And I always go around talking about, I'm believing in the next decade. What can a decade do? Ethereum in 10 years was a huge return. Bitcoin in 10 years. We're 2 years in. There's compounded consistency. There's a big lucky break. There's things that happen in life. Build something real is what he told me. Guess what? You're in it. You're inside of it right here, right now. This is the something that's real. The Dreamcat is the beginning of that mission. Do that for the next decade, then go speak about how you did it. You see, if we are successfully have this billion-dollar empire in front of us, the largest community of dreamers in the world, well, there's many rooms that will give you, how did you do it? Tell us all about it. At that point, then, that's where all the magic is. Now, for you out there, right? I said all that to say, if you, Andy Frisella, now he has the cars, he's successful, but let's talk about the stuff that people don't talk about. Did you know he was suicidal and wanted to kill himself? Did you know when he was 21, he was actually from like 21 to like 30 something, he was an alcoholic. He was boozing all the time. And he even still got successful with being an alcoholic, but his body was crap. He was 300 pounds. How is you really successful if you're obese? That's not actual success. And he realized that and he locked in deeper. Did you know that when he was 21, he was out at the bar and he said something to some guy who was a troublemaker, and that guy came up to him and stabbed him in the face dozens of times. The ambulance pulled up and said, this guy's going to bleed to death. I don't think he's going to make it. His face is all chopped up. What a hit to his confidence, going around with scars in his face and people looking away from him like, dude, what the hell happened to you? That's a hit on your confidence. He started a business, First Form Supplements. He said, he told the story in the first 7 years, I think he said he made $55,000 profit total. An average job in America with like a entry-level career is about that money, 50,000. So if you get your 4-year degree, like you could start at like 50,000 doing something, 50, 60, 70. He made that much profit in 7 years total. And you're like, well, how'd the business stay afloat? Well, he hustled, he grinded, he did other things to keep his dream alive. And guess what else? People mocked him. I commented on your thing the other day, Libre. I'm telling you from what happens, bro. This is what happens. People mocked this man. How's that little vitamin store of yours going? Dude, you're not even making money, bro. What's the point? Why are you still doing that thing? How much do you make? Are you rich yet? You always say, by the way, I always knew. It's another thing. Every successful person, they believed in themselves first. They brainwashed themselves first. They said, I always knew I was the one. I always something in my heart of hearts just told me I'm meant for more. Is that you? Then guess what? You might be a dreamer. That's who we are here. We're the people in life who are happy, we're content. Maybe we've had some achievements, but if you're being drawn to a dream, something in your heart tells you, I know I'm meant for more. That car drives past, you see that person in your house, and you're just like, man, I don't know how to get there yet, but like, I know that can be me. I just know that can be me. See, that's what drives all these people. They have a dream. They have a calling and a knowing, and the calling and the knowing is your clue, right? It's your sign from the highest version of you saying, man, you may not fulfill it in this life. You may not answer the call, but it's inside of you. And so at 2 years, they're saying, man, when are you going to quit that dumb old thing? Not making money. He goes on and on and on. And then he starts getting motion. And when he starts getting motion and he starts trading up and getting new cars and, suddenly making a dent, making a wave, and he opens a second location. But for 7 years, he basically was neutral, did nothing. Andy Frisella, he drives supercars. He has $1 million cars. He's got $100 million businesses now. But he had to pay his dues. He had to do the work. He was willing to pay the cost. All dreamers who are successful today are willing to pay the cost. It's harder for you because in crypto, this is the worst place to be to think, quote unquote, realistically, because someone out there who's like brags about how retarded they are, no diss to anyone who's mentally retarded, but who claims about the dumber I am, that's how rich I got. There's someone out there, an exception to the rule. And they're the one who makes you think, damn, like that could be me. And so you think maybe you can circumvent the cost and just keep buying the next thing. That's what's tough about this space. But Andy said, you know what happened? You know what switched? Suddenly they started asking me, hey, my kids are doing a, fundraiser for baseball. Could you be our sponsor? Dude, hey, man, how's that thing going? Oh, damn, pretty good. Are you guys hiring? You think you could give me a position? Would you guys be willing to hire me? And what do you think they say now? He's told stories now. He says, I walk in the bar of my hometown. They won't even look me in the eyes because now they're so ashamed of themselves for all the critiques that they had. And now they have to see me and my success speaks the loudest. In this life, maybe here in Dream, what you're doing in a meme coin, your family questions you. Your friends question you. Dude, why are you still posting about that crap, bro? Just buy Bitcoin. It's easier. They question you. That's for you to decide how you want to play the game. But in the end, your success will speak the loudest. And as dreamers, you question, is it time to quit? Is it time to give up? This is a huge risk. There's no sure thing. When do I draw the line in the sand? That's for you to decide. But remember, dreamers, what do? They dream until reality. And every person, Andy Frisella was one example. When I look at all the stories of the world's successful, they got motion, they lost motion. They tried something, they had some success, they failed 7 times, but they didn't quit. They refined, they kept going. They had big successes, then they had huge setbacks. Mike Lindell, who's running for governor, let's pull him up. Who knows have you guys ever had a MyPillow, by the way? Shout out to Space Penguin, I see you. Shout out to Cody, I see you. Bubba Gump, I see you. I got to get to the comments. I'm sorry. I'm going to flow. I really want to flow here. He's got a tough SEO. Okay, Mike Lindell, My Pillow, MikeLindell.com. Let's pull up My Pillow. I really like My Pillow. All right. Free plug. Free plug. Here we go. I mean, not like it's like a huge sales pitch. Do you guys, oh my gosh, come on. This is terrible pictures. There's nothing here. Can't even see the pillow. I want you to see his face. Here he is. All right, look. He's selling his cross. Look, this is, you can even say this is cringy. Goodness gracious. All right, sorry, I failed. This is what happens when you do things live. You fail. This is him. Maybe you've seen him before. Okay, this guy right here. This is Mike Lindell, the My Pillow guy. Did you know that Mike Lindell was addicted to crack before he created the world's best pillow? He's addicted to crack. He had a moment where his drug dealer cut him off, said, dude, you've been on like a 5-day bender, no sleep. I'm cutting you off, homie. No crack for you, bro. He turned to God, turned to Jesus, asked him to cleanse him of his addiction, and it happened the next day. And he never did drugs again. That's his miracle story. Well, guess what? All these successful people have these rock bottoms. They have hardships. You have one, and you wonder, why God, why me? Not understanding it's to build you to be the person who can carry the weight of greatness. I've had these too. It gives me a lot of confidence. I'm right on track. I've had more setbacks than most people I know. Must be a big destiny. That's the dream I sell myself. Dude was a crackhead. Now he has Donald Trump's number. Now he's running for governor of Minnesota. He's got the world's best-selling pillow. Mike Lindell. Story after story, you will find the same theme over and over. Look at that. Look at that. Look around. Yeah. That's why I want to tell you about successful people. Okay, now let's pause for a second, get to the comments, and then finish off just with a few last lines on crypto, and then we'll do the quote of the day. Let's see who's tapped in. Let's see who's in the running for the giveaway right now. I see El Gato Satoshi, super active. Oh, cool. Bubba's still online with us. You know about Mr. Mike. Hey, Bubba, have you ever like tried the My Pillow, bro? I have 2 My Pillows in my room. People hate on the guy, you know, because they say, oh, he's crazy or conspiracy or election or politics. The dude has the best pillow. Let me tell you about this pillow. Most pillows die out. This pillow, each night, all you got to do is just fluff it together, okay? You poof it up, you lay it down, and it's like a cloud, and you just lay on it, and you just sink right into it, but it still gives you support. If this pillow ever gets too flimsy, you put it in the washer and the dryer. It gets better every time it comes out. When I first started using this pillow, I used to not be a deep dreamer with like wild dreams. I was dreaming Hollywood movies with this pillow when I fell asleep on my back. I used to be a side sleeper. I couldn't fall asleep on my back, but I did with his pillow, and I started dreaming crazy. In the past, when I was more adamant, I shilled this pillow. Like I'm probably responsible for like 40 My Pillow sales. I shilled it to everyone I know and everything I did for like 5 years. Now I don't talk about it as much because I got my own things going on. But the My Pillow, shout out to Mike. Let's see. He said, I haven't tried it, but my wife bought some fancy ones that stay cool and they weigh like 50 pounds. You know, and that was my biggest thing, man, is I haven't tried them to be fair, but I've seen there's $200 pillows and they're really nice and they probably do work well. But this one was affordable. And that's why I thought it was like the magic thing. It was like $30. How could you beat it? All right, let's tap into some comments here. Let's see what we got. Let's see. Let's start with Satoshi. And Satoshi, I briefly saw Satoshi, let me just answer your DM right now. Why would I do that later? Let me read your comment first. Life is an adventure. If you don't take risks, you don't win. And if you lose or fall, you've learned something. You never walk away empty-handed. Keep going. Money always comes back and you carry the experience with you. Thanks for encouraging us, bro. Thanks for that word. I'm in agreement. When I think about risk and reward, I tell people, you can't get more time, so that's risky too, but you can always get more money. Like I've experienced in life, especially if anyone out there is struggling with depression, if anyone out there is depressed, man, never do it. You know, never do the bad thing. Life goes on. Times can get better. The greatest proof for me was that I lived a certain way of life. And then in 1 year, I had like more motion than like 10 combined. And I understood then that you could struggle in life. Maybe you've been struggling your whole life so far. if you're out there and you're 20, just a young gun. Maybe you're 35, maybe you're 50, and you question if success will ever come to you, and you've been struggling so far. I want to encourage you truly to say that it can be worth it, because if let's say you're 50 years old and up till 50, you have experienced what you thought was a good, happy life. But then from 50 to 53, whatever it is for you, freedom, time with your family, seeing the world, maybe you want the nice, flashy things of the world, whatever it is for you. In those 3 years, you live more life, more experience, more all the best stories of your life are in those 3 years than you did in the last 50. This is why I'm always positively optimistic. It's a great, big, beautiful tomorrow. Life is grand. So thank you for that, Satoshi. You asked me a question. I read something today in a book about procrastination, and it said if you can do it in less than 2 minutes, don't delay it for later. So I saw you sent me a DM. I saw it come up. I didn't get to it. I'm gonna answer it right now because I'm right here. Okay, here it is. You said, I'm curious, have you ever heard of Abraham Hicks or Jacob Greenberg? Jacob Greenberg. I don't know who Jacob Greenberg is. I have heard of Abraham Hicks. I bought a manifestation book with her and her husband. I believe they're like a duo, I think, if that's the right person. I flipped open the first page and it said something that I didn't agree with my faith-based belief. And that's when I read that book a long time ago. I don't know if it was about like voodoo or something, but I didn't agree with it. And I said, this book is bad and it's not for me. And I gave it away. I still don't want to mess with voodoo at all, but some things that I was closed off to before, I don't know if that's what it was, but some things I was closed off to before, I've brought in my mind to understand things deeper. I will say that a lot of people say she does teach spiritual teaching on manifestation, and it's supposed to be pretty good. Something I've told you, or maybe I haven't, but I'll tell you now for anyone listening out there. Manifestation is something I think I have down. There's many, many teachers. There's many, many outlets. You can write over and over. That can be a form of manifestation. And I can also just visualize in my head, and that can be a separate form. You don't need them all. There's like 6, 7 different ways to do it. Feeling is the secret. You need the feeling. You need the emotion. You need to act as if it's already done in the future. See it as done, feel as if it's done, live in that feeling and emotion, and then use one tool to make it happen. So in my case, I'd say she's a manifestation expert, willing to hear anything else about why you ask or if it's relevant to you. People say she's good at manifestation. I feel like that part of life, I finally have that locked in after a long time. I'm alive. Grateful. Good to see you guys chat in the comments, get to know each other. Amos, Satoshi, Amos. All right, let's see what Robin's got going on. You are the CEO of your own life, but some people just aren't qualified for that position. Ooh, why is this guy so profound? I know you say you don't have a Twitter, but that's a tweet, bro. Okay, so, but let's unpack this for a second, okay? Mr. Scene, I see you, dude. Much love. Thanks for the repost. All right, we're keeping in mind MVP too. I'll be sure to check the comments on X to see who reposted. We got an MVP running for 30,000 Dream. All right, let's unpack this for a second. You are the CEO of your own life, but some people just aren't qualified for that position. This is actually a sound thing to say. Let's talk about this. Because a couple things. Number one, the CEO of your life part. You always have to take accountability no matter what scale you're playing at, Robin. The CEO of your life may not be the actual CEO, right? Just because you're the CEO of your life doesn't mean you're supposed to be the CEO of the company. We all have different personality types, archetypes, what we're best at. However, every person out there should be the CEO of their life, meaning don't be a supporting actor in your own movie, right? Like this is why I say just what's your dream? This is the best way that I can confine it all is what do you want in life? Don't believe that you're the person who has to settle and other people get and have to make their dreams come true, but it's just not in the cards because I grew up with a single mom. It's just not in the cards for me because I already have 3 kids and I'm just too busy. That's simply the story that we all tell ourselves. But if the why or the want is strong enough and the dream is strong enough, and you decide to be the CEO of your life, there's always a course to get there. Now, on the second half of what you're saying, this is the hang up, right? So I agree, everyone should be the CEO. Now let's talk about this. Not everyone is qualified to be the CEO. There are different archetypes, and you can be great within your archetype. Some people can build an amazing life being the vice president. They don't have to be the CEO, but they can live a great life as the vice president. They can fulfill their purpose. I keep thinking of I don't know why I think of Grant Cardone, but Grant Cardone has this guy named Jared Glant. Jared Glant was kind of like the same position I used to be in my sales job, equivalent to Jeffrey. And he's not the CEO. He's not, has the $1 billion everything empire, but maybe, I don't know if it's what he wanted or not, but he has the wife, he has the house, he has the kids, he has millions in real estate. He's fulfilled in what he does. He does a great job kind of being a cog in that puzzle, but he's still the main character and CEO of his life. So you're right. Not everyone's going to be Elon Musk. So the question for all you out there is, if you're not the CEO, what position best suits you to be the CEO of your life, right? And that's something that everyone should think about. Good stuff, man. Good stuff. Okay. We got through the comments. I dream there's more. Let's talk about, let's get through the end here. And yeah, whoa. I've been speaking for 50 minutes. I thought that was like 30. Are you guys bored yet? I'm sorry. Quote of the day coming up. A few more things. Okay. And by the way, let me show you something cool. So I'm going to post my notes today on X just for fun. So what I did is I got out of my haircut and I started a voice note. Okay. I started a voice note and I just turned on the mic. All of this, what you see here, all of that came out of my head in like 3 minutes. What's really cool about this is when you get a really hot idea, just a bonus for you is like a dreamer and imagineer. When you get a really hot idea, when you get inspiration, capture it right away, because you're tapping into like the flow state of your mind. And if you just start speaking or writing, either one, more is just going to flow and flow. Sometimes people sit in front of the computer like brain block. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to do. When the iron is hot, strike that freaking iron. I got 4 YouTube video ideas in 30 minutes the other day in California. I didn't have any for 3 months before. It's about nurturing this mind, especially if you're a dreamer. You're out there saying, man, should I make a shill post for a dream? The energy that you're going to put into a post, the energy that you're going to shill someone comes from what's going inside. If the fire isn't there, if the confidence and the belief isn't there, what you have to do is you have to stoke that flame. You have to nurture that flame. And when you do, your results are going to be much stronger, much better. Okay. Last little bit here. I think I'm bringing it home to crypto. All right. So I'm just going to read what I wrote here and break it down. So as we're navigating this crypto journey as dreamers, all I can tell you is someone who has big dreams just like you do for what Dreamcat could be in this world, huge dreams and coming up short would still probably be the greatest crypto success. Maybe you can't even get to see that happen, but at least what I can tell you for me is I'm willing to pay the success cost. Okay, that was rougher than I thought. So here's another thing too, right? In the crypto space, we cast huge dreams. When you dream really, really big, sometimes your failure is still a huge success. So if we dream for multi-billions and you're here at 60K and dream becomes 100 million, you're going to walk away a huge success anyway, right? So that's the thing about dreaming big. So as we navigate, that's sometimes what happens. And also in addition to that, if you came up short, your greatest crypto success wouldn't even be seeing the dream come true potentially. Okay, sorry, that was unclear. And then what I wanted to say is I'm willing to pay the success cost. I'm willing to pay the tax. That means if nothing happens for 2 more years, I'll still be here. I have that vision. I know it's possible. I know what to do. So I'm not here to reassure you. I'm just telling you. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have read that. That wasn't clear. Let's hope this is better. I thought I mapped this out. For crypto as a whole, I would say the same thing. It's so worth it to pay your dues. It's so worth it for me to actually pay attention, right? In this space, what's going on right now. It's so worth it for me to find powerful convictions and narratives. It's so important to me to pursue dollar cost averaging. That's so important to me. You have the power right now to make extra money as if you're desperate. As if you're desperate. So people right now, oh, nothing's happening in the space, I'm going to log off. How about build your convictions? How about build your belief and earn a little extra? And then what I wrote here, the thought that came up, shout out to my man Coiny. $10 a week, $1 a week, $1 a day. He buys like $2-3 a day. Dollar cost averaging. If you really captured the opportunity of what crypto represents, I want to tell you that this is your time. Are you willing to plant seeds and pay the success tax right now? You can do so by extra urgency. Man, I'm already all in. I can't invest anymore, but maybe I should do a side hustle to make an extra $40 a night to DCA. Because if I really believe something could be 1,000 or 10,000x in 10 years, I have the chance to change my life. That's why this is a crypto podcast. That's why I've built Dream in the crypto arena. I think this is a big place for me. I think crypto is going to be extremely fruitful. I think it's the future. I think a decade is going to be huge. Finally, there is a cost to success. A lot of times it's viewed as failure in motion. A lot of times it's viewed as short-term failure. A lot of times it's viewed as very, very costly. But in the end, it's a great investment. Ta-da! That's the spiel. Finally got that off my chest. Dang. And here I was thinking I had nothing to talk about. All right. Let's move forward here. Let's wrap it up. Unless, sometimes other things pop up, but cool. I'm looking at the comments. I'm seeing who's rocking with us on X. Let's look at those real quick. Let's see what we got in the mentions here, just to factor in the MVP. Man, I told Coiny, I said, man, I can't engage. So Coiny, power to him. He's got like 6-7 accounts. I told him I'm just going to engage with the Coiny account. But man, if he wants to do it, multi-share this out on all his accounts. All the power to him. This is what's in my mentions. Like, this should be inspiring to you, right? This is why Coiny, is one of the big dreamers. I know it's early and people are motivated. He does this for like 3 communities, free will, his choice. And he has like 6 accounts. And I thought maybe this was some automated process. I really believe he switches accounts and says unique, different things to the same post. Now you might say, man, that's crazy. That's the kind of crazy stuff that you want to make dreams come true. That's literally the exact crazy. So now you can say, man, I don't have time. See, that's a trade-off. I don't have time to drop a comment. You don't got to raid Dreamcat posts every day. Do whatever you want to do. But some people would say, man, I don't even have time to comment. I've just been really busy at work. This dude's got like 6 kids, a full-time job, and that you can see the level of obsession. In fact, this level of effort actually inspires and motivates me. Damn, if Coiny can do all that, then I'm a joke. I could do 10 times as much, right? It's just about maximizing those efforts. So gosh, how do I not put Coiny's not even here? I got to put him in the MVP effort. How could I not, for someone who showed that much effort? I'm going to put him in there. Let's see what else we got. Just a quick inventory here for any people on the stream. Peanut, love it, bro. Coiny dominated my mentions, man. Bubba Gump, yo. Yo. Cody, I love you, dude. I see you. I love the message this man speaks. Thanks for the support, dude. You're coming into your own yourself. Truly, I mean that. I see it. I'm just going to say what I'm thinking. You're coming into your own. Real talk. Keep dreaming big. The Ninja Cat guys are some great guys. Shout out to those guys. Met them early on. Amos in the chat. Oh, Libre with a classic. When I get off work. Libre's at work. What's up? Pull up dreamers. Oh, Libre's at work. Working late. Dream Talk is live. The cost of success. I appreciate you, Amos. All right, so we're going to put Amos in the running. MVP. We'll put Amos in the running. We'll see if we're We're going to put Bubba and Libre in the maybes. We got to see. I mean, you showed as much love as you can. We just got to see if there's any more extremists. I'm going to put El Satoshi in there, super active. And Robin, offer still stands, man. If you want to hang with us, cool. If you ever want some dream, you're new, and the first time you came, like you're rocking with us, I love it. Like if you ever decide to join in the space and learn how to get some, I'd love to start off your first bag, even if it's $5-10, because we appreciate the people. That's kind of like an act of goodwill that people do in crypto. It's kind of how you introduce people. If people show you love, you say, hey man, we just want to introduce you to the space. So offers always open if you're still here. Okay. So we got that good and well. Let's do the quote of the day. Now failed me. I had two quotes of the day, same quote, but the font was crappy on one. It was better on the other. And I think I'm going to show you the crappier font because the quote's just better. I'll just show you both. This is the one with the crappier font, but look how fire this is. This is a picture worth a million words. Dreamcat quote of the day. Everyone wants success until they see the bill. Ain't that the truth? Oh, I'll take one. Yeah, I'll take that. Oh, dreams coming true? Yeah, I'm in. Yeah, dude, we're going to dream until reality. This is going to be my best year ever. I'm in for that. Heck yeah. This is going to be my best year ever. Everyone says it. Everyone desires it. Everyone wants it. And they change their mind when they see the bill. You're telling me that means it's going to take tons of time? You're telling me I'm going to have to sacrifice? You're telling me that comes with gray hair in my beard? You're telling me there's going to be discipline? You're telling me people are going to reject me? You're telling me I'm going to have to put in this extra work and carry the weight because the attention's going to fluctuate? Man, you're telling me there's no days off except for Sunday? Damn, maybe I don't want to front the bill. Maybe I don't want the steak and the wine, right? Everyone wants success until they see the bill. Now, I want to show you the second one that had better font, but as you can see, just look at that picture. That picture is... He's got the black card. All the people are putting the bills. That was cool. But this was the runner-up. It had the better stuff here. Dreamcat quote of the day. Everyone wants success until they see the bill, and he was holding the bill. Which one do you guys think is better? Whichever one you think's better, I'll post. But this one's got a glow. It's still around, but I thought the black card was just dynamic. Time, pressure, rejection, no days off, sacrifice. I'm going to do a talk on that too. I'm making a few YouTube videos. I'm going to talk about AI slop. I noticed a lot of people hate AI. They say AI slop. Honestly, a good old creation's good, but it's pretty hard to beat. I mean, what I just showed you is so cool. That's incredible. I mean, how can you just deny that forever? I think it's going to get better and better. And maybe one of those sad things where people are like, I'm not into typing. I just want to do good old fashioned writing. Yeah, but it would be crazy not to type or do voice to talk because it's so much more efficient to adopt it, right? I see that coming for AI. All right, a quick look under the hood. Under the hood, quick look. Let's take a look at good old Dreamcat. Put it up on the board. We take a look at the chart. This is the Dreamcat chart. And you can see here, you can say, man, it's so totally over. Look at that. It went straight up. It went straight down. What's really cool about all that is that was like, I don't know, we were nothing. That was just hype, momentum, timing. But this is a multi-decade project that will come into its own. If you want to look at something cool, we go down, we go up. What's next? Back down again, back up. Doesn't really matter. Buy for the long term. None of this, just a quick chill for you, all of this is irrelevant. If you buy at 735K, it doesn't even matter. I would say if you're a visionary and dream, buy for the big future or just don't buy at all. There's way better meme coins. If you're trying to make like a quick buck, don't buy Dream. There's way better meme coins. If you're only buying to look at the chart, don't even bother. It's literally a waste of time for you. I do think it'll move fast. I know we'll do great things, but the pitch is to the visionaries, because the visionaries who see it, you're building the strength that makes us more stable and more stable. So just today, the total valuation of the Dreamcat company is $59,000. Just a small baby, $59,000. Sure, I got $30,000, $25,000 worth of tokens. It's no surprise. I've shared about my holdings. I could just dump on you tomorrow and leave and come out on profit. Never do that. The dream is real for me. I think I've proven that over 2 years. Okay, so we're small. That's where we're at. That's the check-in. Okay. Chart. Bing, bang, boom. And yeah, I think we got giveaways. And gosh, that might be this episode of Dream Talk. Was that good? Was it something? Was it solid? Oh, and it's cool to see. I see, Robin, you're watching on mobile. So you found us on mobile. Interesting vantage point. I can see both sides. So here I'm centered. You can't even see. There's no way to make you see, but there's a desk. There's some plants. I guess you never see those. I noticed on YouTube, there's also a long way, but I think the one that gets discovered is the vertical. So appreciate you rocking with us, man. Yeah, I hope you can learn, continue to learn stuff. We try to teach every week things that can fill people's cup and support them in their dream chasing journey. That's what we're here to do. I guess I should say, let's do the giveaway, and so we can get through that, and then I'll just say a personal note here. And then if nothing else comes up, that's a Dream Talk in the books. Okay, let me think. I want to make the MVP. I don't want to degrade the level of the MVP. But I appreciate the likes, the comments, all that stuff. All right, here's what we're going to do. To get right now for MVP, we got El Satoshi, Coiny, and Amos. We're going to give Bubba Gump and Libre do I have the coin? I lost the coin. Okay, a coin toss. This is heads. This is Bubba Gump. This is Libre. It's a split. All right, Libre gets a seat at the table. So 1 out of 4, MVP, you're going to win 30,000 Dream. I'm going to go in the Telegram community. We welcome you guys to join us in Telegram. It's not always a popping place, but everything transparent, I share in the Telegram. So you'll never see it on X. I share the most real dream thoughts. I share videos. I share bonus things. I share a lot of alpha in our Telegram. This is where it's the most transparent. I make voice notes in here, dozens of voice notes to empower you, uplift you. It's the community isn't all the way there yet. You got to interact with the people. For now, I'm just like create mode. And we, when it's time, we string it all together. But shout out to the dreamers who make it all possible. The Dreamcat community is nothing without the community. How can you have the largest community of dreamers in the world if I'm the only dreamer, right? There's nothing without the people. So just know you are literally the most important part of the dream. And I think there's something mutually beneficial there where the pursuit of your dreams ties into the dream. So we're looking for 1 through 4. 1 through 4. It's 2. That is Coiny. He doesn't even know he's a winner. He shared it like crazy. Congrats to Coiny. Appreciate the efforts. 30,000 Dream for him. So that's it. I want to tell you now we're on bonus time. This is about myself personally. If you want to leave, I don't want to hold you here. I just want to do a little show and tell you something cool. Because I'm in the Dream Chaser journey, just an experience I had. And I haven't even shared on that in the chat. Maybe I could share that with you because it may be somehow inspiring to you. So I actually low-key made a dream come true last week. Like a lifelong dream. I literally just achieved it just like that. And that's the stage where I'm getting at where like it's kind of crazy where, damn, that used to be like impossible dream. And then I just do it. And I just like keep moving forward. You gotta keep your point of reference and like, wow, like appreciate that you get to do these things. So I used to dream of going to Disney World, and now I basically live in Orlando. I could go tomorrow if I wanted. And last week I went to Disneyland. I went to California for the first time. Libre wouldn't meet up with me. I said, hey, Libre, do you want to meet up? He said, no, dude, you don't dream big enough. I only meet up with the biggest dreamers. I said, damn, I understand, bro. Maybe some other time we'll get to meet up. He's out there in Cali. But I went to California and I went to Disneyland. Why is this relevant? Because Walt Disney himself actually made Disneyland. He is one of the biggest dreamers in the world. No secrets. I study the man. I already read a 140-page book on him since I went to today. Went there, saw some things. It was good. I took some notes. I learned some things. I had a great time. I maximized my time. My legs were killing me. Cool. Made that little dream come true. It didn't really inspire me crazily. I'm really happy I saw it. I did it. I got to see the best. But after that trip, I spent 4 days, 3 days at the Disney parks. I went to both of them, did the stuff. Then the 4th day, I went to San Francisco. I got to see the Golden Gate Bridge, which was cool. I saw some cool stuff. I guess I could like show it to you guys. I'll just do it in the chat. If you want to see, I'll share some stuff in the chat. But I don't say all this for nothing, just to tell you my whole life. It was a dream to go there, to get inspiration. I had a main mission, though. The main mission, Disneyland had to be done, but it wasn't the main mission. The main mission was the Walt Disney Museum. And that impacted me the most. It's given me some great thoughts for the DreamCat community, and I want to share a couple of those with you right now. The impact, what can I pull from that, right? Like, what does someone pull from traveling? For me, this earth is your playground, as a dreamer anyway. Like, you come into this earth and you say, what do I want to do with my life? And you have the option, the ability to say, I'm going to go learn about Elon Musk, and maybe he inspires me to be an inventor. That's what's so cool about Earth. I feel like it's a playground for inspiration, right? That's my take anyway. And so to me, it's like a game to go around and do things and have experiences and get potentially inspired or get an idea. And that's what happened to me. So I don't have any crazy picture. I guess I could show you one picture, but it's really simple. That's just the sign. So Walt Disney Museum, I'll show you one picture from inside the museum. I pretty much lived it. This is pretty cool. This is like a Mickey wall, right? So it's all of Mickey's stuff. So look, this is what really inspired me, because actually I lied. If you're here, you didn't want to leave. You'll want to hear this. So I had multiple inspirations here, guys. Why? Why am I here? What about the dream? A lot of people, I've heard people say Pudgy Penguins is the next Mickey Mouse. It's not, because it's manufactured. Who wants to relate to a childlike penguin? It's just not relatable mass scale. It just can't be the next Mickey Mouse, I don't think. People say it's other things. It could be. I really do like to market Dream as, could it be the next Mickey Mouse? It's not the same. It's not going to be cartoons, but just the magnitude and everything. It's kind of hard to see now. But as I'm going through, I'm looking in that glass, and I mean, you have everything, right? So you can see how they developed. I'm studying and learning. Oh, he had a big success here, and you got bicycles, and you got, comic books, you got life jackets, you got toys, you got watches. The first person who, Mickey Mouse was hot. They sold 800,000 watches in year one. The company was in the Great Depression, and they adopted the Mickey Mouse as a brand, and they sold 800,000 watches and made a huge profit because Mickey Mouse was so popular. Well, let me tell you, there was plushes. There was, a Mickey Mouse club. There's so many levels to branding, and these kind of things happen when you get more people to distribute whatever you're doing. Well, I looked at this, and why am I at the Walt Disney Museum? Well, because Walt, besides Elon today or maybe Nikola Tesla, Walt was in the 1900s one of the biggest dreamers in the world. He dreamed really big. He was all about it, et cetera, et cetera. He did things no one did before. Mickey Mouse is a global empire. I mean, Mickey Mouse is almost 100 years old. That's also relevant because history does these things. Mickey Mouse, I believe, first had success in 1928. 1928, Mickey Mouse. Mickey Mouse made his public debut in 1928, Steamboat Willie. Well, if you want to talk about cycles, if you want to get conspiratorial and talk about how the world works, and if I'm a delusional dreamer and I say, man, I am the one, I'm born for this. Sometimes I wonder, man, is there some kind of connection there? Like with the whole Walt thing, is this some kind of like weird history thing? That's my own crazy thoughts. Because 1928 plus 100 years is what? 2028? Does something great happen every century, you could say? Sometimes it's just generational moments, generational dreamers who change the world because they believe they can. Well, gosh, here we are in 2026, pretty close to that. Perhaps DreamCat makes his big debut 2 years from now on the grand stage, and the rest is history from there. I go there to study because Mickey Mouse is an empire and Dream is an empire builder. And I look and I study and I learn, and I got a lot of takes. I learned a lot of things. Let me tell you something fascinating about Walt Disney that gives me optimism here right now and what we're doing in the Dream community. When I study Walt, I made a post about this. I could show you the post right now for added effect. If you didn't see it, hey, drop some love on it. It's a DreamCat post from just the other day. I'm going to show it to you on screen right now. Here it is. Sorry, taking a second. Anyone ever want to be a producer? I could really use like a producer. I don't know if people are into that. people like podcasts. They want to like be a part of the Dreamcat show. I don't know if it's a co-host, but I don't know who even wants that role. I guess you got to like, everyone wants to be their own CEO, right? So it's got to be someone who maybe wants to move into podcast or something. I don't know. But if I didn't have to do some of the side stuff, it sure would be a little easier. Okay. Here we go. Check this out. This is a graphic I made because it supported a YouTube video I recorded. I recorded 3 YouTube videos last night, all night long, just so you know about that life. And this is the graphic. It's showing all the times. This is what I noticed. All the times that Walt was the first person ever to do something. Absolutely insane to me to basically realize that he was an innovator, not just once. He was the first. He was a trailblazer a dozen times, from animation to cartoons to feature presentation movies to, Mary Poppins putting cartoons and humans together, like the first to do it, adding color, adding sound to cartoons, giving cartoons character. Did you know that in the past, cartoons didn't have personality and Walt Disney was one of the people to implement that? And what's like the whole reveal of the dream right now? Dreamcat has 0 personality right now. It's just like, he just exists. He has to become likable. He has to develop. It's like nowhere near there. Walt was the one to do that and say cartoons, characters, to give them emotional peak appeal, they have to have some kind of voice. They have to be like alive. They have to have a personality. That was new. When he made his theme parks, this is something else that was really, really insightful for me. Very, very insightful. There are not many dreamers in the world, guys. There's really not. The world is exactly what I'm talking about. They're not willing to pay the big cost. They go by safety. They go by, in business, they go by ROI, return. Like, it's all heavy focus on dollars and cents. That means cutting quality. That means providing cheaper food at Disney World, which they do today. They cut costs because Walt's not there anymore. And I can tell you, this was very, very insightful to me to say, man, Walt innovated at every stage of his life. He adopted every new technology, gung-ho. Television. When Walt was making Walt Disneyland, in order to promote it, he linked up with like ABC. A couple other stations denied him, by the way. He linked up with ABC and he did a deal that paid him some money to do a show. He made the show. It was called Disneyland. People didn't even know Disneyland was going to exist. It was hype. He made the show. He did episodes, and it was a promotional thing for Walt Disneyland. The magic of it was that TV was so new, and every house in America had a television. Did you know, I think it was by the time the show was up, or like on the opening day, the grand opening of, let's look this up live. I believe it's 80 million, but let's look together. Okay. This is crazy. How many people watched the Walt Disneyland grand opening on TV? 90 million people. And so then you think, damn, who could ever beat Walt Disney? Like, how, like there's so much a diversion in this world. Who could beat that guy? It's hard to even imagine capturing the attention of 90 million people at once. That is absolutely incredible. Incredible. But hey, we do have the internet. We do have virality. And when things go viral, things do get millions of views. 90 is an awful lot. So TV was new. He adopted it. He used it. And he was able to get viewership and attention. And then in addition to that, what was my other question? Crap, I forgot. I had a question about 90 million, and then there was another one. I'll see if it comes back to me. But anyway, with Walt, just the first person to use the tech, adopted it early, okay? I realize now we're doing that right now. I said, oh, good, I'm on track then. Because I am the only person who sees meme coins as vehicles for brand builders and future like companies, empires, right? And again, read the disclaimer about Dream. You read about that. It's just a coin. It's not financial advice. It's not intrinsic value. It's for fun. But look, we still know what Doge is. If you say that about Pepe or not, Pepe is an empire. Doesn't matter if you say it's a meme coin. We know what it is. So that's what I realized. Okay, good. I'm doing the right thing. We're leveraging meme coins as this vehicle, the first to adopt them. There are great rewards for people who take great risks. At the time, he was critiqued for the things he did. Oh, that's never going to work out. When I read the book recently and they talked about him making Disneyland, they had said that there was all these people, other theme park owners, beat writers telling every reason why it's not going to work. Oh, people don't care about nice landscaping. That's a waste of money. Oh, you made a fire station at your theme park? That's not even an ROI thing. Waste. They told him every reason why it wasn't going to work. So understand that the guy who already made Mickey Mouse, who already had 90 million people watching on TV, even then, at peak success, they still didn't believe in him. 200 people denied funding for Walt Disneyland, and Mickey Mouse was already the best bee's knees that there was, and they still wouldn't give him the funds. This is the ultimate reinforcement to me. This is like, I don't want to say hope. That's not the right word. It's like delusional optimist downgrade or upgrade in my mind. Because now if I go about and think, I read about what people say. Oh, meme coins, dude, you're dumb. The meme coin super cycle is already over. Like, good luck. You're praying. Oh, like meme coins, those are for scams. I'm willing to see the development. It doesn't matter if no one believes yet. That's part of being a trailblazer. AI, that is another new thing coming out. If you can use as a consumer, it's also wise to attach yourself to new technology in your industry, in your business potentially, because that's where the evolutions are. That's where, the big splashes are. And then robotics would be another one that I don't even want to touch, but I know that's like our big thing in the future. So anyway, I saw those things and it gave me really strong reinforcements, because I see in today's world, there are a lot of standards of how things are and supposed to be. And certain people aren't allowed to play. Certain people aren't allowed to do certain things. Who do you think you are? You can't do this. And oh, you can't invest. You need to be successful first. You have debt. You can't, like, whatever the thing is that people say. There's all these ideas of what can and can't be. However, I will reflect and say, look, Walt Disney was told all these things and he did it. The people of the world have lost sight of the dream. I'm going to be honest with you. They need us. They need something like Dreamcat. They need a voice to bring hope again, to bring, it's a realistic beatdown world. The matrix has filled your mind with distractions. The current infrastructure of the world is set up to make you a miner, like a cog, an ant. Maybe you play a role in the dream, but we don't want you to be an ant. You may be a person who contributes here, but we want you to simultaneously be the one in your own life. The world does not want that. The whole system is not made for dreamers, guys. That's why people are seeking more. It's meant for cogs in the wheel. They don't want you to be a creator because then you're free. They don't want you to think for yourself because you can free yourself. They want you to rely on the government or the media or, oh, Trump save us. Oh, Elon save us. We need whatever he's coming out with. He suggests universal wealth income or something like that. I say all that to say, man, the world's lost its touch. The world is not about dream chasers and innovators. But I want to tell you something exciting. Even with all of this quote unquote negativity, hard times, rough times, I want to tell you something. I truly believe in my heart of hearts, great times are ahead. When I studied history, I got really, really excited. There used to be something called the World Fair. The World Fair. Man, that's like a dream come true for me right now. If there was a World Fair, I would love to be there. It's so, like exciting, like a place, an elaborate place where the inventors of the world go to debut their hit inventions. Let's see. This is a really OG picture. 1893. Look, this is how you know the world's changed. Did you know in 1893? Let's pull this up. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Look at this. Somebody come look at this. All right. In 1893, this architecture looks better than what we have now in Chicago. This is Chicago, by the way. This is how you know the whole world's a lie. They dumbed everything down. They literally dumbed everything down. There was a golden age. And what you don't know, if history changes, it's because someone lost. So someone in history lost, and then the people who took the power, a little conspiracy talk here, it's probably like the Rothschilds and the Rockefellers. They changed medicine forever. That's why we have pharmaceuticals. They changed how people are supposed to work, the schooling system. They own it all. Banking system, they own it all. Interest. Back in the day, there used to be interest-free loans. They're killing you on interest, right? So the world changed. They changed how things were. But Chicago, man, look at the beauty, the architecture, the attention to detail. The World Fair in 1893, they hosted these fairs and they invited people with great new ideas to improve tomorrow, to come. There are people like this today, and they're killed all the time because we're stuck in the system. We're trying to move forward, and instead society's just dumbing things down. There were golden ages where great things happened, where dreamers took the pedestal, dreamers took the forefront. I'm not here to doom and gloom you. I'm not here to tell you the Matrix is enslaving us and we're all trapped forever. I'm here to tell you that actually all of this hardship and seemingly hard, tougher times is leading up to the next golden age. And the next golden age that's coming is different. It's not the Renaissance, right? It's not like art and music. The next golden age, I got a little diverted. Forgive me. I might lose a few people here. I do like to, this is something I study on the side, is like consciousness and, vibration, things like that. The next golden age is the consciousness golden age. What that means is the world is going to get the smartest it's ever been. The world is going to be exposed and basically realize like our own human bodies have so many potentials. You hear about things that are in the movies and fantasy, like, for example, an example you could believe in, reading minds, right? People talk about telepathy, or like you can move things with your minds, or you can read in your minds. It's all in the movies. Is it possible that that's possible based on the vibration of our body? Could that be possible? I know that's like a bold thing to say. I gave you something still small. Could that be tangible and possible? That as humans, we talk and we write and we hear, and that's the way we respond, only because we've just kind of been dumbed down, or we've lost the knowledge to know that there's a strategy on how to speak mind to mind anywhere in the world. Well, in the next golden age, that's prescribed on what it's supposed to be, a consciousness awakening. So I'm very excited about the future because that means we're going to expand and grow. And it is a gift. Golden ages anyone who was born in, I guess if you were born in 1900, you still saw great things happen. You saw the automobile and you still made great improvements. But gosh, like I feel I'm so happy to be alive in this time. It could be trials, but it's a great time to be alive. I think we're going to witness some awesome stuff in our lifetime. And yeah, hopefully we can all benefit and take advantage. So I went to the Walt Disney Museum, and besides what I just talked about, Walt and Mickey, the big thing for me was I saw how he did it. Oh yeah, there's a few more things. I don't know if I want to share them publicly or not. I just had to think about it for a second. I'm not sure if I want to. Let me think in my head for a second. I like to be transparent to a degree. Yeah. Okay, what I will just say is at one point, the reason why you go to museums or places in the world is because I got really inspired. So I was going through and I read a few things, and I related what he did to the Dreamcat community and how we're kind of doing things and how, okay, I'll tell you this one. This is coming out in a YouTube video, way longer than I thought. This right now is about Dreamcat. Again, some of you, if you're just here to learn about dreams, I mean, I guess you're probably a dreamer too, but this is a little bit about Dreamcat here in the Empire. I'm going to do a full YouTube video on this, and it's where I tell you the truth. It's not like I've been withholding the truth. It's that we're just going to get serious about the real intention. I looked at Walt. How did Walt build his empire? This should have been a whole episode, the Walt Masterclass. Maybe I'll do a YouTube video on it. Walt, how did he build his empire? How did he do it? His problem was he was short of money his whole life. It cost him a lot. He never had money. So he had to leverage other things. And each time he had to work and grind just to get more money. So he was money motivated. And the money fueled the next thing. He got money, he poured it into the business. He got money, he paid his employees. Okay? He did this over and over. The theme park, he didn't have the money. Like all along the way, the movies, he had no money. He was short of money his whole life. That's something I acknowledge. I don't want to be reliant on anybody. Not even the dream. I don't even want to make money. The dream's not going to be my big break as far as money. I seek to be independent financially for my dreams, so I get to call the shots. That's something I noticed, number one. Number two, another thing you can learn from Walt, how he built his empire. Well, I noticed it's nothing without, just like we have the dream community, it's nothing without the people. We can't do it without the people. And he made the magic because he had the employees, right? The employees drawing the Mickey Mouse cartoons, brainstorming the ideas. It's multiple minds. That's what it takes to build it. And I looked and I said, Eureka, this is the magic of meme coins. Because you see, he had it all in reverse. So I said, how can I pull that off, right? How can you have people who can help build the big mission in a mutually beneficial way, right? That's not my own selfish interest. I think we have it, right? We build the largest community of dreamers in the world. The dreamers help construct that and bring dreamers together, and we learn and we grow together, but you get to hold equity. You get to hold a piece of, a stock in Mickey Mouse himself, basically, right? And that's your benefit, because if we're going to do all this work and push it, then you get to potentially financially benefit. That's the whole catch, right? That's the whole play, the whole pitch. I looked at it and I said, oh my gosh, that's the magic of meme coins, is for someone who says, man, I'm going to grab a little bit of equity, they can bring their talent here. And the trick with meme coins is it's all built in reverse. And so I said, man, the way he did it, he had people to do this, this, and this. And I said, the play is really getting bold about what we want and what we need in the dream community, and welcoming these talents to essentially front load their belief, right? Life is a risk. If you're a very talented podcast producer, perhaps you could say, who's hiring out there? Who's hiring? Is no one hiring you? Is no one paying what you're worth? Well, then maybe you take a workaround. The workaround is growing your talents, putting your talents to work, being a part of something meaningful and building it, and then perhaps reaping the rewards of your own efforts based on the equity that you own, that you could get potentially for free for working. Hey, you're going to do this for us. We want to give you some equity. Perhaps it's from buying a small amount, $100, $200, $50, $5 a week, whatever is in your line of thinking. And the video that I was going to make is everything we're looking for. We need a ton of stuff here. We want people who make movies. If you're interested in being a movie director, if you're interested in being a filmmaker, if you're a comic writer, if you're an artist, if you're an animator, we're going to put out a call for all the people. I'm going to think more thoroughly. If we're really at the big dream variation, who are all the people we're going to need? Now, we got to stay focused on the work. We don't want to be delusional dreamers. But I thought of it and I said, that's the play. That's why it can work, is because the incentive I can do things to a degree, but other people and their talents is what makes it all cohesive, and everyone can win. And another side note, by the way, so I don't seem like some snake oil salesman, which I'm not. My heart's true. I hope you can pick up on that. Is most people, there's an end, there's a catch, right? Yeah. Everyone who gets in early, like a pyramid scheme or a network marketing company, everyone who gets in early wins, but the people at the end lose. That could happen, by the way, in Popcat, SPX 6900, all meme coin frameworks, but it doesn't happen in Amazon. It doesn't happen in Tesla, because the creator continues to build a bigger and bigger dream. And the only gap in difference is how soon someone believed and how much they're going to benefit. Someone makes millions by being an early investor. Someone buys in at 100 million and makes a 5x instead of a 25,000x. Huge difference. Don't even need to sell you. Don't even care. I'm really just here to talk about dreams. I'm just voicing my opinions out in the world. This is kind of part of crafting your dreams, right? You paint a vision out there in the world. I see it to be possible here in meme coins. I believe that we're first to do this, truly first. I think that when it's time and we get more motion, people will keep that in mind. It's just a matter of compounding. We looked at the experts. We looked at the things. You heard the things. So if you're out there ready to quit, I'm glad you watched this. I hope you got a better understanding about the cost of success and what it takes in your life. And I hope you could evaluate as well. Don't just hear it. Don't just get motivated. Evaluate. Are you down? You don't have to be down. Free will. Do you think it's worthwhile? Do you think do you think it could pay off for you? Are you willing to take the risk? I'm here to say, as the founder and dev of Dreamcat, I absolutely am. I'm willing to take the gray beard for you. I'm willing to give up a few hairs for you, okay? I'm willing to pay the cost. And I'm glad to be here. I'm so happy to be here. I love dreams with all my heart. I love everyone who loves to dream. Oh man, I missed out on all these comments. Dude, no way. Are you still here? Man, guys, I thought it was over. It's not over. Especially because my friend Raylan showed up as well. Raylan showed up. It's definitely not over. I missed a ton of comments, but I love it. I could stay on here all night long. I will read the comments and let's see where the conversation keeps going. I thought I was done though. Listen, the Suki fam is a mega cult. When the Suki fam pulls up, it is an honor. Shout out to Jefferson. Shout out to Skeleton Key. Shout out to, I could see him in my mind, Juju. Sukiverse 555 in the build from YouTube. Oh, I think this is Skeleton Key, actually. This is YouTube. I didn't even realize. Cool. See, Robin Hoodrick. Now we know 2 people on YouTube. Most people tune in from X. Super cool, man. All right, let's read some of these comments. Let's read some of these comments. All right, we'll start with Robin Hoodrick. I like to think that I have a different point of view of success and wealth. I grew up in a rural household splitting wood to heat our home, and I had to ride my bike miles to visit my friends. Man, that sounds like, it reminds me of my dad, like farm, Iowa. It was normal to work at a young age. It was normal to drive at a young age. You actually had to pay your dues. Today's society, it's like, shut up, mom. Are my pizza rolls done? I'm playing PS5, mom. Don't interrupt me. Close the door. Like, that's literally where we're at. Kids back in the day, man, they were getting a whooping. They had to do something to build character. Okay. The vehicle was a bicycle, but I enjoyed the ride. I lived in a large house with a large family, but I enjoyed the laughter instead of the square footage. The material object was only the vehicle. The experience was the center of it all. The thing behind the thing was the main thing. The thing behind the thing was the main thing. So the experience, family, camaraderie, very, very important. I've worked in a Mercedes-Benz dealership and drove cars that were high 6-figure cars, but you come to realize that a supercar is still just a box on wheels, a vehicle. I agree 100%, Hoodrick. I agree. I'm not dude, this is so good. This is why you should do your best to touch, like to see the things. A vacation from the outside looking in seems like the dream, but it's still just a place. Traveling's taught me the exact same thing. Like, I'm here in Orlando, and this is my everyday life. I'm very grateful. I haven't lost the grateful. The sun, the weather, the being so close to Disney. I do love it. Some people come here and, it's their vacation. The sun. I wish this could be my life every day. And for me, it is. But over time, it just becomes a place, right? It's still a gas station. It's still a Walmart or whatever. Same with rich things, experiences. Being in front of cars shows me it's literally just a car. My flip side, and we'll see what you had to say. I like what you're saying about experience because I agree the same. Man, this is good. I like your thoughts, man. I like you. Okay. He's saying it's the experience. For me, I agree completely. What I cherish most is not physical things, knickknacks, whatever. It's thoughts, idea, what I learned, knowledge for me, knowledge, things that I see with my eyes, connections I make with people, and things I build. So things I build, those are me for me. But experience, like I cherish family. I cherish a phone call, always have time for that. So even with big ambitions, I can still agree so far. We might even disagree. Who knows? You may switch up. So we'll see. It's okay if any of us disagree. It's always welcome here. It's either the people looking at you and giving you the attention you want or the G-forces of your body against the earth. There's always something deeper, something more profound. My idea of wealth is having 2 daughters and a beautiful woman saying to an old gray man, you were always there for us. You always made us feel loved and you always kept us safe. W. Robin. I completely admire the people who are out there grinding to get the bigger house or the newest Mercedes-Benz, and that's not for me. My wealth is something different. I think it's important for everyone to understand what their idea of wealth is. It gives you the roadmap to where you want to go in life and all the pit stops along the way that are fantastic. Okay, Robin, I love it. Thank you so much for sharing your profound thoughts. Like I said, you'd be in the MVP if you wanted to be. Okay, I want to share something else with you guys. I'm going to play slight devil's advocate, and I'm going to slightly, just slightly, because I'm mostly in agreement with you, challenge the thinking a little bit. Let me ask you this question, Robin. If it was possible that you could be rich in experience with your family, be a great father for your daughters and your wife, and go on vacation, spend time with them, and be present in their life. If it was possible to do all that, and in addition, have the good life, like have all those things with your family and drive a Mercedes-Benz, have all those things and be able to travel freely where you want. If those were simultaneously possible, would you be interested? Yes or no? And this is a little bit of a challenging question. I'm not trying to put you back up against the wall, but I want to tell you where my thinking and understanding is coming from. It's been really, really helpful for me because much like you, I have held a similar belief. It is why I'm a single man. Single man, people say, oh, he's tall. He's not, we like tall guys, whatever. Like, why is he single? He's not, there's nothing bad. He's not. I had a belief too that dating was a waste of time, or like women were distractions for me. And I wanted to chase my dream. And if women just want me to spend lots of money and they're not going to understand that I'm trying to invest to win big and I got to go all into my dreams and I can't be buying you all these bags. And because honestly, I'm just not the man enough yet to carry it. I'm full tilt into like producing and making the dream come true. Right. So that's my limiting belief. I can't have the girl. I can't have this. But surely there's a girl out there who understands that, who wants to support and says, I support what you're doing. I like that you're an ambitious guy. And I know, because your hard work, you're going to make a great life for us that we can enjoy in the future. Okay, that's probably out there too. And when I had been reading recently, I had read that a lot of what we accept is a standard in life is based on what we believe is possible. And there is a belief that everything must be a trade-off. For example, super mega billionaires usually have 3, 4, 5 divorces because they're so embedded. But most people here don't even want to be a billionaire. So surely there is a balance where there's a trade-off, where there's a certain way to play the game to simultaneously have both. Because let me tell you something, dude. I guess it's not a guarantee. I'm a little further along the game. I absolutely hope to have a wife and children. I may not be at every single game and graduation, but I'm going to be at a bunch. I'm going to be a part of their life. I don't want to. I'm going to be a part of their life. I've even thought about, let me tell you more, Alpha. I've thought about my big, big, big dream and what I want to do like in real life. And I've literally already thought about a way where I can support the people who work at my company. Okay. If we're just dreaming big here, so they can be closer to their families. Like I literally thought about building and this is just dreaming. It doesn't mean it's real. Okay. It is to me, but judge me if you want. You're delusional. I was like, man, I read all these books about how people just like work till the day they died and they put work. And I think that was more in the old time. I think we're in an evolving time where, gosh, maybe if we weren't milked as a society, people wouldn't have to grind and like you're a great man. You're working for your family. You grind, you put in the work to provide for your family. Amazing. Like some people don't even do that. Kudos to you. What if things could change? What if the world changes? What if we're all milked right now? What if taxes just go away? What if everyone had 15, 20% more back in their pocket? What if we didn't have to pay for electricity anymore because we brought back free energy? Man, if you think about certain things, it could change the scope of things. And maybe now everyone deserves like Saturday and Sunday to be with family, right? It's like, yeah, the American dream pushes these things on you, but I'm still aware of this. And I've explored the idea of other people who have said that sometimes choosing one or the other could be a choice. Is it possible to change or shift? For example, you're happy in your business. I don't want to take you away from it. But if it takes so many hours of the week that gets you your money, but still allows you to be a family man, is there a way to increase your earnings by shifting the framework, right? By shifting the framework, could you increase your earnings in a way that would still afford you the time to be a great family man and simultaneously perhaps afford some of the higher fruits of life? I say that to say my understanding has been, I want to tell you a story. I made a video about this on X, inspired by an Uber driver. I was talking to an Uber driver. I told him that. He actually told me the exact same thing. By the way, so a couple Uber drivers know more about the dream than you guys do. Just random out there. I usually don't give my contact. I don't like to sell people I actually know, by the way. It's kind of weird. I don't need you to believe. I just like to talk about, I just like to dream. A few Uber drivers know. I got into it with this guy. Good conversation. And he had basically said, like, yeah, but why would you do that? He just couldn't understand. He's like, but why would you do that? Like, why not just, he said the same thing, like family and this and this and this. And maybe he didn't have all the money. And I made the video, and the video was inspired to that. The idea was there are limits in life. So if you're limited and the choice now is family or money, and it's the choice, it's only the choice based on the current frameworks. So the current overview or limitations, or not even limitations, but of the job and how much is possible with your time and the money to make versus the time that you have to spend makes your current reality what it is. In order to change this sequence, what has to be done that usually never is simply to adjust the framework, adjust the vehicle. So people say, man, I don't know how people are making it. I'm working 3 jobs and I can barely get by. The adjustment is not that they're not working hard enough, not that there's enough time, not that they have to decide. It's the current framework doesn't support the mission. So they have to think differently outside the box and make a very hard decision to take a risk somewhere and say, man, this vehicle is good. It's got me as far as I can here, but perhaps I'm going to take a risk and give up my movie nights to put in some extra time to transition into this next thing that can open up the new doors where both are possible. Don't take it from me. I have no kids. I have no family. I'm sharing. I have my family, of course, that I love, but I don't have any children or a wife yet. So I'm not credited to speak on it perfectly, but I'm exploring that idea. And as someone who does want to be, the huge founder, that is my dream. I don't want to be like Elon per se. I care about family, about travel. I want to go on vacation. I'm not a workaholic. So I choose to take both. We'll see if it's possible. We'll see if it can happen. But yeah, I love that. Man, shout out to Raylan, here to learn. Man, dude, we dropped some heavy alpha, bro. You missed some really heavy alpha. I think you pulled up at about an hour 20. So you're kind of in the carry off. But man, the cost of success, bro. Maybe you can tap in that. It was good. It was good, Raylan. I think you'd like it. I think you should re-listen to it. Truly. Okay, we got Satoshi. Anything is possible if you truly believe it is. Some people don't believe that, Satoshi. I'm with you. I do. I think belief is the barometer. All right, let's see what we got. We got the devil's advocate. Maybe this will be it if this is all we got now, okay? I think everyone would have to say that they would want the better things in life. Of course, you want the car with the heated seats, then the junker with no heat. Only a fool would choose to suffer. Okay, wise answer. I'm in agreement. But you know why I say that is because some people would rather, because they can't get it, they would sell themselves on the idea that they don't want it. And I think this is all about mindset. This is why we kind of study this stuff, is because why do people hate rich people? Like, if they're doing good things for the world, it's tax the rich, because you wonder, you're so mad that maybe we have to pay taxes and they don't. Instead saying, man, well, how could I do that? If someone would teach them that, and someone would say, hey, I'm going to teach you the tax laws so you can save on your taxes too. Who would say no? I think they'd welcome it, right? So I keep that in mind too. My wonderful women and I both work our asses off to be able to give our kids a lot of gifts at Christmas, comfortable home, reliable vehicles. Dude, all the love to you, man. I love family. One of my favorite family, man. You should meet. You just sound like a good guy. You want to know this guy right here, Bubba Gump. This guy is one of my favorite family guys because he puts in, he can relate. He puts in the work. He grinds. He works more than me, honestly, if I'm being honest, because he still he's got like, he doesn't call it a farm, but he has a farm basically. He's got cows. He's got a big grass to mow. He's got chickens and all this stuff. And he was running a business. He's doing different stuff now, but he has like 5-6 kids. Sorry, I don't know the exact number. Got a wife. And man, he's live streams just like me multiple times a week. He runs a project just like me. He has the same role. He's like the dev. And man, he is just like you, dude. He like wants to bring a great life for his family, grinds, and that's got to be a heavier pressure that I can't yet relate to. And I have the deepest respect. There is a place in the world for family. I think family is so important. I want to make sure that people get to see their family whenever I'm working and overseeing things. We close on Sunday in the Dream community because it's really important. So I don't know, man. I just feel like love. I love people who family's so important. Christmas is my favorite holiday. So shout out to your kids. It's just awesome, man. Thanks for joining us. Skeleton Key, thanks for joining us too. Libre, Raylan, Satoshi, Amos, Bubba, Mr. Scene, Space Penguin pulled up. Cody pulled up. Hey, Coiny, everyone who pulled up. Hopefully I didn't miss anyone. Everyone who pulled up. Appreciate you guys so much. Now we're finally over. It was a great one. You guys made it great. You guys shaped the conversation with your comments. I'm so happy and blessed to be here for the mission and the journey, and I look forward to what's to come. Let's keep moving forward. Cheerio. Farewell. That'll do it, guys. I just want to take a moment to send my gratitude. Thank you to all the dreamers who show up here, who support, who dream with us. I want to remind you that the mission here is not just meme coinery and, hey, come show up and waste your time. We're on a mission here. You may not understand it yet. You may not fathom or dream this big yet, but we are here to build the largest community of dreamers in the world. Laugh if you need to. Get it out of your system. All dreamers start somewhere, and it starts with a vision. What I love about the world, what I love about actually meme coins especially, is that belief is the main character. Belief is the main source of everything. It all comes down to belief. And that is what we're building the dream on. Matter of fact, if you know about the book Think and Grow Rich, it's in here. We talk about desire and consistency and compounding and all these things. We're building this mission on laws and principles that have been universal and conclusive for decades. We're building Dream in a way that has never been done before. We are a first mover, planting our flag in the space with full respect to the builders and the degens and everyone else who's built out this space. We're coming here as a newbie, as a first mover, and we're doing the opposite of everything you've ever seen. Our market cap may vary. Our holders may vary. Our volume may not be that sexy, but if you're hearing this message, you have a chance. You have a chance to watch the quantum leaps of improvement, step by step, moment by moment. It's revealed to you how the dream can change the world, how we can go from 2 believers to 10 to 1,000 to 2 to, and as it goes on and on, the dream becomes more and more undeniable. You know, there's actually 3 specific things that we're going to do that set us apart. And that's this. Number 1, we're building on unshakable belief. Belief is everything. Some use it. Murad uses a little bit, but we're using it at a level never before seen. We are giving you reasons to believe. We are showing in our consistency, stacking. Okay, number 1. Number 2, massive action plans. Some people have done them. Print out flyers, dress up in a chicken suit, go crazy. I've done these before. They make dreams come true. I've done them going 60%, 70% in. What could it look like if we go all in? What could it look like if 1,000 dreamers participate in massive action plans? I see a future that is undeniable, that is unstoppable. Why? Because the ticker is golden. It's dream. It's universal. It beats time. It goes for any sex, any religion. Everyone has a dream, but guess what? 97% of those people aren't going to see it come to pass. They don't have what it takes. They're not willing to go the distance, which is why so many have come to the dream and left. Because for most, seeing is believing. But if you're listening to this message now, there's a very good chance that you happen to be a visionary, or luck has found you and you are in the right place at the right time. It would be criminal of me not to encourage you to take a look at Dream, use your best judgment, and consider buying a bag. When you paint a vision so vast as building the largest community of the dreamers in the world, doing the opposite, being a first mover, building Dream as a mascot. Did you know that that's who Dream is? Dream is a mascot. He doesn't maybe have a meme. He's not one of these OG cat memes that everyone truly loves. He isn't known yet, but he's becoming known here, the most successful cat in the world. This is a community where dreams become reality. This is a community, when it's all said and done, where you can come chase this dream together with us while simultaneously chasing your own. And to be very blunt and clear, that is exactly what I am doing in real time. And I believe that if I'm able to make my dream come true within the Dream Cat community, well, Dream is a part of that dream. And so it's like a vision on top of a vision on top of a vision. But with success, which of course I believe in myself, I do, Dream will become maybe even more than what we envisioned it to be. It's simple concepts, brick by brick, compounding consistency, 1 to 2 to 8 to 16, 32. I skipped a bunch of numbers, 120 something, stack, stack, stack. We appreciate you being here. We simply want to remind you of our intentions. We simply want to remind you to tap into your dream. We want to remind you to wake up, stop chasing. Perhaps the time of chasing runners is over. Perhaps a season of builders is coming. And when it comes, I don't want you to be late to the party. No one is building like Dream. Dream does not have a ceiling. If you want to investigate this yourself, I encourage you to go over to the website, dreamcat.xyz, and take a look with your own eyes. Most will not. When they hear about the dream, they look at the volume, they look at the chart, they dismiss it, and they keep going. 1,000 believers, it's just math. In this 54-page PDF, we tell you reason after reason, specifically why Dream can change the game, why it's a mascot of tomorrow. We explain why I'm in Orlando, right? Why I'm here. It's for the dream. Check it out. Take a look. Do your own research. Buy, don't buy. We're indifferent. It's good either way. What we really want is for you to chase your dream and make it come true. And if you can do that and you don't buy a single token, we will win. Thank you guys for hanging with us. We hope to see you next week, every single Thursday, 7 p.m. EST. Next week, invite in a friend. Retweet it out. Share it. Are you really a dreamer? Why is your PFP a dog when it could be Dream Cat? Shout out to the dog. Shout out to my friends. Fine. Thank you guys. Take care. We'll catch you on the next one. Cheers.